entire world. It's in the heart of Jerusalem, and it's a very kadosh place. There's even signs in the street that say, please don't walk here if you're not sniut. Can you imagine seeing a sign on King's Highway that says, please don't walk here if you're not sniut?
That's where I went.
They're very makpid on Kedusha, and perhaps that's why Hashem blesses them with a lot of children. Some of the people in that neighborhood, they have like 18 children.
Whoa!
I mean, every child is a lot. But can you imagine having over a dozen kids? And maybe the reason Hashem gives them so much bracha b'li ayin hara is because they're kadosh.
My great grandma had 10.
So what was the story? The story is like this. Rabbi Sai, I might have to stop the recording if it's not quiet. We're going to give out some candies to the boys sitting nicest. I don't want to give the child sitting over there who's not sitting nice. Remind me not to give you. If I don't give you a treat, it's because you are simply not sitting like a mensch. So what was the story about Ein Od Milvado? There was a Hasidic mensch. There was a Hasidic Yid. Maybe it was a Hasidic, a Yerushalmi Jew. He was a Yerushalmi Yid who knew. I asked not to eat till the break. Does anyone have a hard time following a simple instruction? Did we forget breakfast today? Go to sleep early, you'll wake up early, you'll have time to have a normal breakfast. You won't be craving candy and nash all day. Alright, so listen well. The Yerushalmi Yid decided he has to go to the silver store and buy a nice, beautiful menorah for his son-in-law. Because when you marry off a daughter, you want to give presents to the chatan to show that you appreciate that he's going to marry your daughter and take care of her. And the man realized he has no money to his name. Not a penny, not a shekel, not a dollar in his pocket. But he knew maybe the wedding was paid for by friends who helped give donations. Many cities have a keren for Gemilat Chasadim, Hachnasa Kala. They help a poor person marry off his children. It turns out he decided, I have to go to the silver store, to the Chanut Kesef, and buy a beautiful menorah for my son-in-law. How could I not buy him a menorah? That's what any normal father-in-law would do, buy his son-in-law a nice present. So he didn't have any money, but he decided to go to the store and buy a menorah anyway. His wife wondered, how are you going to do that? And he thought to himself, Ein Od Milvado. Hashem knows I need a menorah. Hashem knows it's the right thing to buy a menorah. But I don't have the money. But okay, you know what? Hashem runs the world. And Hashem will help me somehow. He had such faith, such emunah. He was really going to the store. He goes to the store and he's looking at all the beautiful menorahs. And that one costs 1,000 shekel. And that one costs 4,000 shekalim. And that one is bigger and beautiful with such a design, 20,000 shekalim. But he's thinking, wow, where am I going to get money for this? He decided, you know what? I'll hang out at the store. Ein Od Milvado. Hashem is the only one who runs the world. And if he wants, he could help me. I have to try. I have to do ishtadlut. I have to go to the store. And he keeps thinking, Ein Od Milvado, Ein Od Milvado. There's no one but Hashem who runs the world. Not like the Egyptians, they used to think there was two gods. They thought there was one God that does all the good in the world, and one God that does all the bad in the world. No, that's what it says in the Sefer over here, from the Sefer Binali Itim, that Rabbi Spero gave me. In the Sefer, he says a beautiful Hidush. He says the Goyim thought that that poison, snakes, disease, that was made by one God. But health and good food, that was made by another God. That's what the Mitzrayim thought. They thought the light from outside is one God, and the night, the dark, that's a different God. And they bump into each other. Chas v'shalom! The Jewish people had to go to Mitzrayim and destroy their avodah zarah and their beliefs. And it turns out, that's why there was 3 miracles in Mitzrayim, by the way. All right, I'm not going to go into that now. He has a whole shot on the 3 miracles that Moshe made for the people. Okay, I'm not going to go into that now. So anyway, so going back to the story. So the guy's walking around the silver store, and the man says, "Can I help you?" And he's like, I have to see what I need." At the store was a very rich tourist. Someone who obviously had more money than me and you. He came into the store and he was eyeing all the different silver items.
They're doing arts and crafts. No, they're coloring. No, you doing arts and crafts. Yes, I'm doing arts and crafts. Cutting. Yes. I'm cutting.
So,
you're cutting, really? You're making your diamond. It's not a diamond.
Okay, so these boys, pretty soon I'm taking out the screen for Torah shows. I brought in the suitcase. Boys who I felt disrupted during the presentation will not have the best seats. That's it. It's a long presentation. We'll let the boys who are Adel with me don't have the best seats, and they'll have the side seats. And you know what? If they disrupt, then also it's their punishment. They can't see the screen. Okay, we'll teach them a lesson on kavod for your elders and respect for your teachers. We'll teach you a good lesson soon. When you can't see the screen, we'll let you keep coloring over there as well and distracting. So it turns out, this is a hard class, by the way. I've had classes that are very easy to teach. I would say this is a very difficult one to teach.
Retarded?
It turns out,
Where's the retarded? Take it out. Wyatt!
It turns out the rich tourist was walking around the store and he would say, "I want to buy a menorah. Let me see one." And the guy takes out 10,000 shekel menorah. A shekel, by the way, is like 25 cents nowadays. So that's like a $2,500 menorah. The rich man looks at it and he goes, "Show me a better one." So the guy takes out now a $50,000 menorah. Says, "Let me see a better one." He goes and he shows him now a $60,000, a 60,000 shekel menorah, big one.
Show me a
better one. So finally he shows him this one. I don't know how much it cost. Maybe 80,000 shekalim, $20,000, massive. Looks like it came from the Beit HaMikdash itself. It turns out the poor man's mouth drops open. That was a lot. So he says to the storekeeper, "Could you do me a favor?" He says, What? "Can you tell that millionaire over there that there's someone here that needs a menorah for his chatan, a present, and I don't have any money. Maybe you can help me, buy a menorah. You're already buying such a big one for yourself. Maybe do a little tzedakah while you're at it." So he says, "Okay, I'll ask him. What do I lose? Maybe I'll get more business today. I'll sell 2 menorahs. That'll be 2 sales today. Oh, like that." So he tells the rich guy, "Okay, I'm going to package it for you. But tell me, do you want to help this zechut? This man here, he needs a menorah for his son-in-law. Would you want to maybe buy a menorah?" "Okay." Guy like, "Wow, ain't no milvado. Hashem is in charge." So the guy takes out a menorah. He says, "Okay, so this one, you pay for this one?" He goes, "Show me another one. Better one."
The rich guy?
He takes out another one. He goes, "No." No, the rich guy says, No. Show me something nicer." The poor guy's like, "Ain't no milvado. I told you, Hashem's in charge." Then the guy takes out another one. And the guy goes, "Something better. This thing's gorgeous." Finally, takes out another one. 14,000 shekalim.
Whoa.
Goes, "Oh, perfect. Give it to him." The poor guy almost fainted on the floor. He walks out of the store. His wife says, "Where'd you get that?" He says, "Ain't no milvado." Shall I tell you one more Eino Movado story?
Yeah!
Okay, listen to it. This is what happened, I think, in Flatbush.
Oh, yeah.
Not in Meir Shoudim.
I
I heard this story from my friend and sponsor, David Schwecki. He said it over by his daughter, Sheva Brachot, such a story. Shh, please, Rabotai. There's another story that shows the faith of a good Jew, a humble Jew, is sometimes so big.
I'm telling you, I want to do that.
There was a shopping center like Moshe's Discount, which sometimes could be really packed, and there's a long line, and everyone has like a shopping cart loaded to the gills, stuffed, maybe 2 shopping carts. And this story happened when it was so packed, like there was a line around the block, if you know what I'm saying. I think it was Erev Yom Tov or something. So it turns out, there's a guy at the store, and he's at the counter, paying at the conveyor belt by the cashier, by the register, where the belt rolls and the items move. I always thought when I was a kid that's the coolest thing. And it turns out,
It's like a treadmill.
when I was a kid, I wanted to jump on top of it and get a ride.
Treadmill. Go on the treadmill.
So it turns out,
Be quiet.
it almost looks like magic, because sometimes you don't see the cashier push with their foot the pedal, and things are just moving around.
They have a button. There's a button. There's a button on the treadmill. There's a button. You press the button.
So what happened was,
You press the button.
boys, thank you for your self-control and not disturbing the recording. Thank you for controlling your mouth. So listen what happened.
Is it a funny one?
The guy's at the cashier. He's an avrech. Kollel guy, looks like. Black hat. Humble Jew. Beard, whatever. He's in line. And there's a big line behind him. Like so many people. Like you know, they're just losing their patience. Can we get this line moving already? And meanwhile, he's by the cashier. And I mean, you're not going to believe this story. It's like, it has such a level of emunah, so deep, so not superficial, so real. Superficial means fake, like, you know, very weak, very thin. Thick. This is real thick emunah. The guy's in line, and as the cashier is bringing everything up, he goes, oof, I forgot olive oil. And he goes out of the line around the store looking for olive oil. Meanwhile, people are waiting in line. Where's this guy? You know, finally he comes back and he puts the olive oil on. Then there, you know, the guy's cashier's ringing everything up. Then he's like, "Oh, I forgot soda. My wife told me to get soda. What do you have filling up the line?" And he walks around the store and he's looking for the special flavor of soda. And he comes back to the line, and there was one guy that was so disgusted with him. Oh, there's a line over here. See how many people waiting, and you're just walking around the store because you forgot something. He decided to shecht him, to slaughter him, but not with a knife, with his mouth. Worse. And he starts screaming at him in front of everybody. He says, "What is your problem? You're holding up the whole line. You sugar. You're crazy. You majnoon. Don't you see what's happening over here? We got a whole line of you. You keep forgetting. Why don't you go finish shopping and then wait in line? This is not fair. You're a selfish person. All you care about is yourself, like no one else." And meanwhile, the poor guy the whole time was keeping his mouth shut. And he really was embarrassed.
Which poor guy?
And he was really humbled. And he thought to himself, "Oh, I'm sorry, yeah." So the cashier finishes ringing him up.
They're fighting on my desk.
And then the rich boy realizes, the rich man realizes that he really flew off his handle. It means he really got too angry. It means he insulted him much more than he deserved. And he really felt bad about that.
Get off my desk.
So he said, I'm really sorry. I think I insulted you too much.
Stop. Get off.
Stop. All right, I have to take this chair out of the room because it's